Okay, Hare Krishna, welcome to the session on Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra. In the last class, we discussed about the Aushadam Shloka. With that, we completed the three Shlokatraya, the Chudamani Shlokatraya, Mantra, Mani Mantra Aushada. Shlokas 30, 31 and 32. We finished those three shlokas. So now today, before we continue with other shlokas, let's take a different approach today and discuss some key essential points in bhakti and connect to the Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra shlokas that we have already discussed, or maybe there are some shlokas that we haven't discussed. So we'll start that journey today. As we discussed in shloka number 32, the Aushadam shloka, Vyamoha prashamaushadam munimano vritti pravrutyaushadam Daityendraartikaraushadam pibamana Sri Daityendraartikaraushadam tribhuvane Sanjeevanaikaushadam Bhaktatyantahitaushadam bhavabhaya pradvamsanaikaushadam Shreya praptikaraushadam pibamana Sri Krishna divyaushadam.
नहीं वो दिख रहा है मुझे यहाँ पे कुछ पार्ट घुस गया नहीं घुस रहा नहीं खींच रहा है वैसे.
Okay, now that reminds me, Sarita, I gave you a homework. Where is the homework?
Yes, Prabhuji. ఏం తట్టట్లేదు ప్రభుజీ, ఎక్కడ లింక్ దొరకట్లేదు ప్రభుజీ.
Okay, you have one last day. Tomorrow, when you turn on your video, you have to present.
Okay, Prabhuji.
You have 24 hours time.
Yeah, I will try, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so in this shloka, what we learned in this shloka, that Krishna, Kulshekara Alvar is offering different types of medicines. So these medicines, there is an interesting thing about this medicine offered by Kulshekara Alvar. In the material world, when we talk about medicine, why we need to take medicine? When there is a disease, we need to take a medicine. And when there is a disease, what do? We go to a doctor. The doctor will write a prescription and we'll take that prescription, go to a pharmacy. The pharmacist will give the medicine and we will take it. This is how it works. So there are multiple different people who are involved in this whole process. There is a doctor, there is a pharmacist, there is a patient. But here, before the doctor, what causes the disease? There is somebody for that. For example, mosquito. Mosquito can cause malaria. So there is a mosquito, there is a doctor, there is a pharmacist, there is a patient. So 4 different things. But here in spiritual world, the Aushada in spiritual world, the Roga, Aushada, the Vaidya in spiritual world, it works differently. So here, who causes the Roga? It is our desire that causes the Roga. But essentially, who is the ultimate cause of that Roga? It is Bhagavan. The immediate cause is it's our desire. We have an attachment to something or we have some unfulfilled desires. That's why we take birth. That birth, as soon as we take birth, we are subject to die. So this is a bhava. This is a Bhava Roga. Bhava Roga. So for the Karana for this Bhava Roga, or the immediate cause is we are the cause for this Bhava Roga because of our desire. But the remote cause is Bhagavan. And after we take birth, in order to discipline us when we are deviating from the path, when we are forgetting God, in order to keep us on the right track, keep us on the correct path, in order to discipline us and teach a lesson to us, God creates some problems in our life. In fact, those problems are a blessing. Due to lack of understanding, lack of intelligence, we consider them as problems, but those problems are like blessings to set us on the correct path. So in that sense, the one who causes the disease is Bhagavan. And once there is a disease, who will who will give the medicine? Bhagavan will give the medicine. He is the Vaidya. Vaidyo Narayana Hari. He is the Vaidya. And what does he give? What is the prescription that he gives? Satatam kirtayanto mam. Shrunvatam swakata Krishna. Always do Shravanam and Kirtanam. Always hear and chant my glories. That is the prescription. Sri Krishna Aushadam and Sri Krishna Nama. Sri Krishna Nama Aushadam and Sri Krishna Kata Aushadam. So he is the cause of the disease. He is the doctor who gives the prescription. And he is the medicine actually. And he is the pharmacist. And he is the medicine also. Everything is one here. He is the cause of the roga. He is the doctor, Vaidya. And he is the pharmacist. He is the medicine also. He is the Aushada also. He is Vaidya, he is Aushada, he is Karana. He is everything. In Vishnu Sahasranama Shloka, there is a stotra, there is a shloka. Beshajam Bishak. Beshajam Bishak. Bishak means doctor. Bishak is doctor. So that medicine given by Sriman Narayana, Sri Krishna, is being discussed by Kulshekar Alvar in this shloka, in this Aushada shloka. Okay. But what is the problem? This shloka, the Aushada shloka, what are the benefits of this Aushada shloka? What is the result of, what are the benefits mentioned in this shloka? By taking this medicine, what happens? Vyamoha prashamaushadam. Our illusion will be gone. Muni mano vritti pravritti. This Aushada helps the munis to do their sadhana. Vyamoha prashamaushadham muni mano vritti pravrityaushadham Daityendrartikaraushadham tribhuvane sanjeevanaikaushadham. It destroys all our enemies, both internal and external. The internal enemies, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsarya. External enemies like Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravanasura, and so on. And this is the medicine that gives life to everybody in the three worlds. And this is the medicine that gives, that causes ultimate benefit Bhaktatyanta hitaushadham pibamana bhaktatyanta hitaushadham bhavabhaya pradvamsha naikaushadam. It also destroys the fear of bhavaroga, fear of this repeated cycle of birth and death. And then finally, Shreya Prapti Karaushadham. This Sri Krishna Aushadham, Sri Krishna Mantra, Sri Krishna Katha, it provides Shreyas. It provides the ultimate benefit as described in the previous lines. The 6 different types of benefits. That is Shreyas. This is not prayers, but this is Shreyas. All the 6 benefits that are mentioned in the previous 3 lines, these are all Shreyas, the permanent benefit for human beings. So just drink it. Just drink it. But what is the problem? What is the problem for drinking? There are so many problems. There are so many problems when we are trying to progress on the path of bhakti. And before that, first of all, why did Kulshekara Alvar is asking the mind to drink? Remember we discussed? It is not drinking, it is not the medicine to drink with the mouth. It is the medicine to drink with our mind. Piba mana Sri Krishna Divyaushadam. Piba mana Sri Krishna Divyaushadam. Because it is the mind that causes all the problems. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha vimochanat. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha vimochanat. Mana eva, mind alone, mind only. In Sanskrit, eva means alone or only. Mana eva manushyanam. Manushyanam means for the human beings. Karanam, the cause. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha vimochanat. Whether binding or liberation. Binding in the material world, samsara bandhana or vimukti. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha vimochanat. Our mind is the only problem for everything. For all the 6 problems that are mentioned in that shloka, in the 3 lines, there are 6 problems mentioned and 6 types of benefit by drinking this medicine. The problem for Bhavaroga, repeated cycle of birth and death, is our mind. The problem for Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsarya is our mind. The problem for illusion, the cause or karana for the illusion is our mind. The reason for Bhavaroga is mind. The reason for all the anarthas in our heart is our mind. And if the munis, if they have to perform their vritti, their manovritti, what is needed? Their mind. Their mind is needed. Manovritti. In order to do their manovritti, they have to engage their mind. So mind is the reason there. So for everything. So let me show that shloka so that we all can understand it better. So is everybody understanding what I'm trying to say? Hope it is not too highly philosophical. I'm trying to connect different points that we discussed so far and understand this Aushadha Shloka in a different perspective. Okay, where is that? Yeah, supreme medicine. Curing the material disease with Krishna Katha. Krishna Nama and Krishna Katha. So, Vyamoha Prashamaushadam. Vyamoha, illusion. That is the problem. And what is the benefit? Prashama means to destroy. But what is the reason for Vyamoha? What is the reason for illusion? It is the mind. And what is involved in Muni Manovritti Pravritti Aushadam? Muni Manovritti Pravritti Aushadam. There, the yogis, the sages, they are meditating, they are doing tapas using their mind. Whether they want to do their tapas properly or not, mind is the only thing that is involved there. Daityendrarti Karaushadam. Daitya Indra, that is lust. What is the reason for lust? Mind. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha Sangasteshu Pajayate. Sanga Sanjayate Kama. Kama is lust. But what is there before Kama? Dhyana or Dhyayato. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha. If the mind is contemplating on sense objects, that will lead to Kama. So, Mana Eva Manushyanam. Next one. Tribhuvane Sanjeeva Naikaushadam. In the three worlds, in the three planetary systems, people are living like dead persons. We are all living, but we are living as if we are dead. We are not living with full potential. We are not very happy. We are not very active. Most of the times we are lazy. Manda. That is one of the qualities of people in Kali Yuga. Manda sumanda matayo manda bhagyo. There is a shloka in Bhagavatam. Manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya upadritaha. Manda means lazy. We are lazy, we are dull-headed. We are not very happy. That's why we are living like a dead person. What is the reason for all this? The mind. Tribhuvane Sanjeeva Naikaushadam. So for such problem created by mind, this Sri Krishna Aushadam is like Sanjeevani. It's like in Ramayana, when Lakshmana fell unconscious, Hanuma goes to Hanuma goes and brings Sanjeevani Parvata itself. Instead of just one herb, he brings the entire Parvata, Sanjeevani Parvata. And then using that, Rama was able to revive the life of Lakshmana. Similar thing about Sanjeevani is there in Bali Maharaj's story also. We'll discuss that at some other time. Third line, Bhaktyatyanta Hitaushadam. Bhakta Atyanta Hitaushadam. Hitam means the welfare, the good. Our mind, our own mind can be our friend or enemy. A controlled mind is our friend, uncontrolled mind is our enemy. What is the shloka, Sarita, from 6th chapter?
Uddhavetmanam Uttaredatmanam Natmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva Atmano Bandhuratmaiva Ripuratmanaha.
Very good. Yeah. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhur atmaiva ripuratmanaha. Our mind alone is the, your mind can be your best friend or worst enemy. Bhavabhaya pradvamsa naikaushadam. Bhavabhaya, the fear of this bhavaroga. What is the reason for that? Mind. Shreya prapti karaushadam pibhamana Sri Krishna divyaushadam. So because there is so much about mind here, there is another beautiful shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. In Bhikshu Gita, in 11th chapter and 11th canto, in the story of Avanti Brahmana, this is called as Bhikshu Gita. This beautiful shloka. When Avanti Brahmana, he develops Vairagya. In the beginning, uh, he was a king and wealthy person, and he was with Vyamoha, illusion. He was thinking that he he's wealthy, he's very rich, he's powerful, he has name and fame. He doesn't need to depend on God. So he's self-sufficient. He was thinking like that. And then, by the will of providence, by Krishna's arrangement, things have changed in his life. All his wives, the children, everybody start leaving as the wealth, as he starts losing his wealth, the family members also start leaving. And then finally he's left alone. And then he starts living by begging. He had to go on the streets and start begging. So during that time, he gets this realization, this Vairagya Bhava. Nayam jano me sukadukka hetur na devatatma griha karma kala mana param karanamamananti samsara chakram parivartayedyat. Nayam janome sukadukka hetur. For my happiness or distress, who is the cause? It is not the people. Nayam janome. It is not the people. Na devatatma. It is not the devatas. It is not Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Varuna, Agni, Vayu. Graha, not even the planets. Karma, not even my own karma. Kala, not even the time. But what is the reason? Manas, mind. Param Karanam. Mind is the supreme cause of everything. Mind is the supreme cause of all the problems. Samsara chakram parivartayedyat. Because of this mind, I am getting stuck in this samsara chakra. So like that, mind is a biggest problem. So like that, there are certain problems in our in the path of Bhakti Sadhana. When we are trying to achieve spiritual progress, we chant mantras, we hear Krishna Katha, we visit Punya Kshetras, we take a dip in the holy rivers, we build hospitals, we do some social welfare activities. Yet our minds are not fixed on Sri Krishna. Why? What are the reasons? Because even the most perfect medicine fails if the patient's attitude is diseased. Okay, a person is affected with malaria, and there is an expert doctor who can cure that malaria disease in 3 days. And so many people have taken that medicine before. They all were cured successfully within 3 days, and they're all happy. And this doctor is well known in the town. The doctor is expert. The medicine is also, it's proven. It's the perfect medicine. But still, it may not work for some patients if the patient's attitude is not correct. If the patient thinks that I will not take this medicine until and unless I know which mosquito caused me this malaria. Now, will he ever be able to find that particular mosquito that caused malaria? No, impossible. That will never happen. And if he is so adamant and thinking with that attitude, he will never be cured. Or if he thinks, let's say, that patient happens to be another doctor. And if he thinks, if he shows attitude that, oh, I am also a doctor, why should I take the medicine given by other doctor? I can cure by myself. Or my son is also a doctor, my daughter is also a doctor, my wife is also a doctor, my whole family is doctor's family. We are Vaidya Vamsha. So if he is thinking like that, then his disease will not be cured. That is called ego. So like that, there are 8 roadblocks, 8 obstacles in the spiritual path. So let us see what are those, and we'll connect each of those 8 problems to different shlokas in Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra. So this is the different presentation, different perspective, how we can relish Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra in a more beautiful way. So is everyone understanding what I'm trying to say here? Okay, Ankita understood. Yes? Okay. So basically, I'm going to present 8 different problems that are there in our spiritual path and how they are connected to different shlokas in Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra. Okay. So the first one, lack of devotion. Let's quickly look at the list of the roadblocks, list of problems, okay? Then we'll discuss each of them in detail. Lack of devotion, repeat after me.
Lack of devotion.
Lack of devotion.
Second one, lack of past effort.
Lack of past effort.
Third one, the ego.
The ego.
Or in other words, no humility.
No humility.
Fourth one, misplaced faith.
Misplaced faith.
Fifth one, the refusal to fully depend.
Refusal to fully
Depend.
Sixth one, the battle within.
The battle within.
Seventh one, the foggy goals.
The foggy goals.
Eighth one, ignorance of mortality.
Ignorance of
Ignorance of
materiality.
materiality.
Yeah. Okay. So let's try to discuss each of them in detail. First one, lack of devotion. Chanting for respect, fasting for a diet, or doing charity for a photo opportunity. That is the description given here as a symptom. But in other words, if we are doing anything, the so-called rituals or the so-called spiritual activities, but there is no devotion, there are no feelings for God, there are no emotions for God. We are not trying to feel a relationship with God. We're doing everything mechanically for the sake of doing it. And by the way, I did not tell one another thing that I'm doing in this session. This is also a quiz for all of you. Many of these shlokas we already discussed. So I'm going to ask, as we are discussing each of these problems, I'm going to ask you to find out that shloka from Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra which tells about that problem.
అక్కడే ఉంది ప్రభుజీ ఆన్సర్ కూడా.
ఆన్సర్ కూడా ఇక్కడే ఉందా? అందుకే అంత ఈజీ చేసేస్తున్నాను మీకు.
మా భక్తి పాత కూడా అలా ఈజీ అయిపోవాలి.
Yeah. So basically, if we do, many people you see in the society, I'm talking about the devotees only. The materialistic people anyway, they are not practicing bhakti. But even those people who are practicing bhakti in many spiritual organizations, even including ISKCON, including Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, in all Sampradayas, people mostly do bhakti as a matter of ritual. Yes, Ankita.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. If there is a lack of devotion and if it is only mechanical, even then Krishna will deliver, right? Like for Ravana also, he did not do any devotion. He didn't have any devotion, but unknowingly he was remembering him, right? So there is a lack of devotion. There is only mechanical thing, but still Krishna will deliver.
No, there is devotion. What is the meaning of the word devotion? Devoted means committed, right? Committed.
Yeah. Like Ajamala, he was not even committed, but the moment he took his...
I mean, Ajamila is an exceptional case. We cannot take Ajamila as an example and think that if I chant one name of God at the time of death, I'll be liberated. No, that will not happen. Ajamila's case was a special case. It was presented in Bhagavatam just to inspire us to chant the names of the Lord. Coming back to Ravanasura's example, right? Ravanasura was devoted, but in a unfavorable way, in a negative way. But still, he was devoted. Like Kamsa. Kamsa was also devoted. What is the meaning of devotion or devoted? One is committed. They are determined. Kamsa was determined to kill Krishna. All the time he was thinking about Krishna. For that, the Lord liberated him.
Here devotion is actually the steadiness. Is it what we need to understand?
So here, the favorable devotion to do devotional service, loving devotional service to God. I mean, you have these two paths. You have the path of Ravanasura, you have the path of Hanuma. And we have the freedom to choose whichever path we want. Yes, as you said, you are right. You are 100% right. Even if we become like Ravanasura, we will be liberated. But
Not only Ravana, Prabhuji, Kamsa, Potna, వీళ్ళందరూ in that path only, Prabhuji.
yeah, even if we become like that, we will be liberated. But the question is, how many of us are ready to become like that? How many of us are ready to become demons, Rakshasas?
Not ready.
No, right?
Mm.
We don't want to become Ravanasura. We don't want to
Yeah,
become a Putana.
I think I've understood, but maybe I'm getting confused with the slide, because the slide says even if you bathe and chant, and then also so that is a commitment, right? They are doing every day the bathing and doing chanting. That is a devotion, right? So that maybe that's why I'm getting confused. But I understood the gist, yeah. But yeah.
But that is just a ritual. Going to holy rivers. For example, Kumbh Mela was a classic example where crores of people, they were just flooding. The recent Kumbh Mela Yatra that happened, crores of people, they were just flooding without even chanting the names of the Lord, without remembering the Lord. They were mechanically, just as a matter of ritual, they were flooding to Kumbh Mela just to take dip in that Triveni Sangamam. So there is a shloka in Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra that says, if we do any activity, any religious activity, without devotion to God, it's useless. What is that shloka?
आम्नायाभ्यसनान्यरन्यरुदितं वेदव्रतान्यन्वहं मेदश्चेदफलानि पूर्तविदयः सर्वं हुतं भस्मनि तीर्थानामवगाहनानि च गज स्नानं विना यत्पद द्वन्द्वाम्भोरुह संसृतिं विजयते देवः स नारायणः.
Very good. So in that shloka, this point of lack of devotion is mentioned. If we perform all those activities, what is that? Amnaya, study of Vedas, Upanishads, but without devotion to God, without Bhagavat Smarana, if they are simply reciting Vedas just to show their skill, just to show their ability of pronouncing Sanskrit shlokas, just to show the ability of memorizing shlokas. If somebody is doing like that without Bhagavat Smarana, without devotion to God, that is useless. It is only Aranya Rodana, crying in the forest. If we go and cry in the forest, will anybody come to help us? No. Amnaya Bhyasaranya Ruditam, Aranya Ruditam, Vedavratanyanvaham. The different vratas that are mentioned in the Vedas. Like fasting, doing Upavasa Vrata. So if we do all these vratas ritualistically, as a matter of ritual, then what happens? We'll only reduce our bodily weight. That is mentioned in the next line. Medas cheda falani. Medas cheda falani. The bodily fat will be reduced. Purta vidayaha sarvam hutam bhasmani. Purta. Purta means the social welfare activities. like building hospitals, digging lakes, digging wells. Purta vidayaha sarvam hutam bhasmani. I mean, there'll be some temporary benefit of building hospitals and doing some charity activities. But if we connect that charity to God, then you will get the long-term benefit. You will get the permanent benefit. For example, if you want to feed the poor people, okay, every week, you decide to feed poor people, 100 poor people every week. Instead of just cooking food at your home and then giving it to them, what is the best way to do that? You cook food, you offer it as naivedyam to Bhagavan, make it prasad, and feed these poor people. So they will get the spiritual benefit, you will also get the spiritual benefit. When they eat that prasadam, they will get spiritual benefit. And because you are helping them connect with God, you will also get the highest benefit. Otherwise, you will get some benefit. Some temporary benefit will be there. See, when you go and take a dip in the holy river, all those people who went to Kumbh-Mela without even remembering God, they will get some benefit. But this human body is not given to get some temporary benefit. Human body is given to get the highest benefit. So, Purta Vidayaha Sarvam Hutam Bhasmani. Tirthanam avagahanani chagaja snanam vinayatpada. Vinayatpada. Without remembering the pada of Sriman Narayana. If we take dip in the holy rivers, Tirtha Snanam. Tirthanam avagahanani. So if we are doing that Tirtha Snanam without remembering God, then it is only like a elephant bath. Now the elephant doesn't want to take bath actually. Elephant is happy the way it is. But it is the Mahout, who is taking care of the elephant. Only by the force of the Mahout, the elephant goes into the water, and somehow the elephant takes bath there. Or the Mahout only gives bath to the elephant. But what happens after that? After some time, the elephant comes onto the shore of the river and then takes bath in the dirt, rolls over in the dirt, dust bath. After river bath, there is a dust bath. So if we don't have devotion for God and doing everything mechanically like this, our mind will not be purified. Remember, the whole reason for all the problems is mind. Mana eva karanam, mana eva manushanam karanam bandha vimochanat. So our goal or the purpose of doing all these activities is to purify our mind. If you are just going to Kumbh-Mela Snanam without Bhagavat Smarana, how will the mind get purified? No, mind will not be purified. So that is the first point. That is a roadblock. The first roadblock is no devotion. That means we are doing everything mechanically, like a ritual. So we have to transform that ritual to spiritual. Ritual without devotion is an illusion. The mind gets washed, but immediately returns to the mud of worldly desires. Okay, so did everyone understand the first one? Second one, lack of past effort. So this shloka we did not discuss. Okay, it is not there in the list of shlokas we discussed so far. So I will skip this for now. Let's go to the next one. The ego trap. Remember in the beginning, I gave an example of a patient who refuses to take the medicine, even if the medicine is perfect. But if the patient's attitude is not good, then the disease cannot be cured. If the patient thinks that, oh, I myself, I am a doctor, my son is a doctor, my daughter, my wife, everybody is a doctor, we can cure our own disease. Because he thinks that if he takes the medicine given by the other doctor, his ego will be hurt. It's an ego problem. And we show this mentality even in bhakti, even in spiritual services, we show this mentality. Like for example, if there is a preacher who gives classes, if he thinks that, oh, why should I listen to the classes given by other preachers? I myself, I'm an excellent preacher. Huh? I'm giving classes every day, 8:30 to 10:30, 10 o'clock. So many people are attending. Ramayana, Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra, Bhagavatam, Krishna's butter stealing activities. So if I think like that, then I cannot progress. That's a roadblock. That's a roadblock for my progress in the spiritual life. So which shloka in Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra talks about this ego trap and the humility?
Madhukaitavare sloka.
Yeah. Majjanmana phalamidam madhukaitavare matprarthaniya madanugraha esha eva tvadbhritya bhritya paricharaka bhritya bhritya Prityasya bhritya itimam smaralokanatha. There, Kulshekhar Alvar is praying to Krishna. Oh Krishna, please remember me. Smara Lokanada. Oh Lokanada, you remember me. Smara. How? As a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. 7 layers down. 7 layers down. So there was it's not a story, but it's a real incident that happened. One of the greatest the Christian, Catholic Catholic leaders, Saint Francis, Francis or Franciscan, I don't know what is the name. So somebody asked him, how is it that everybody is falling at your feet? Everybody is offering you so much respect. They're considering you almost like God. You don't have any wealth. You don't have any big social status. You're not very handsome, or you're not you don't have any of these material qualifications, but still how people are falling at your feet and they're considering they're giving you so much respect. Then Saint Francis said, it's all because of the Lord's grace. Then this person asked, why did Why did the Lord show grace only on you? Why not somebody else? Why only on you? Then Saint Francis said something very beautiful. He said, the Lord was looking for the most wretched person. Wretched person means like a most fallen person. Naradama. Nara Adama. The lowest in the human society. The most sinful person. Or a person with the most abominable qualities. అన్ని అవగుణాలు ఉన్నవాడు అంటారు కదా అలాగా. So Saint Francis said the Lord was looking for a person who is the most fallen, Naradama, and then he found me and he showed his grace on me. Actually, he said something even more beautiful. He said the Lord wanted to show the power of his grace, not simply showing the grace, but the Lord wanted to show the power of his grace, how that grace works even on the lowest person like me. So that's why the Lord chose me, Saint Francis said. That shows his humility, right? I mean, Saint Francis, he's a very nice person. He's a very nice person with all good qualities. He's a great, Catholic religious leader. But still, he's speaking very humbly. He doesn't have any ego. Even in spiritual organizations, when a person reaches to that stage where everybody is bowing down to him, where everybody is respecting him like a leader of the community, they can get pride. They can get ahankara. But no, he's a nice person. So, Ramesh Garu? Yeah, you want to say something?
హరే కృష్ణ. హనుమ కూడా సీతాదేవితో మాట్లాడుతూ నువ్వంటే రాగలిగావు, అందరూ రాలేరంటే నాకన్నా అక్కడ ఉన్న వాళ్ళలో నేనే అదముణ్ణి, నేనే రాగలిగానంటే అందరూ రాగలరు అని కూడా చెప్తాడు.
వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. బ్యూటిఫుల్ పాయింట్. వెరీ బ్యూటిఫుల్ పాయింట్.
ప్రభుజీ పెరియవా ఉన్నారు కదా ప్రభుజీ, సో ఆయన ఇంకొక గురువు ఉన్నారంట వేరే మార్గంలో. సో ఈయన జగద్గురు అంటారు. సో జగద్గురు అంటే వాళ్ళు హర్ట్ అయ్యారంట, వాళ్ళ డివోటీస్. జగద్గురు అంటే ఇప్పుడు మా గురు ఏంటి అనేసి అంటే నేను చెప్పండి, నాకు తప్పుగా అర్థం చేసుకున్నారు. నేను జగతికి గురువు కాదు, హోల్ జగత్తు నాకు గురు అని చెప్పారు.
So, yeah. Oftentimes we hear this in the classes that in a devotee community we will see many kinds of people, right? Many different kinds of people. There are some people who have been doing sadhana for last 15-20 years. There are some people who just started 1 year ago. We can never take it for granted when a person will become a pure devotee and when he will be eligible for the grace of the Lord and when they will go to spiritual world. In other words, we can never figure out when and how a person will become a great Bhagavata. Simply by looking at the timeline, 15-20 years or 1 year, we cannot decide. When and how a person will become Bhagavata, we don't know. That's why we should respect everyone. We should treat everyone. We should treat everyone in the devotee community like a Vaishnava. We cannot show any discrimination that oh, he just started 1 year ago, I don't have to show respect to him. And if there is a person who is doing sadhana for 20 years, oh, I should respect him.
We have to be samdarshita to even non-devotee also.
Yeah, even to non-devotees also. But mostly, especially if we are practicing this principle within the devotee community, then automatically we can apply that even in non-devotee community also. Yeah, even that's also a good point. Even a non-devotee, the so-called non-devotee, as soon as their papa karma is exhausted, they can come and start their bhakti journey, and they can progress much faster than us. And while we are watching only in front of our eyes only, they'll grow very fast. They will even give nice classes. They will chant nicely. They'll progress much faster. So yeah, both the devotee and non-devotee, everybody, we have to be very careful. We have to respect everybody. But especially when we are practicing this principle within the devotee community, we should be able to progress nicely. So this is the humility portion. The roadblock is the ego trap. And the solution is to have humility. We should consider ourselves lower than the blade of grass, humbler than the tree, and lower than the blade of the grass. Trinadapi sunichena taroriva sahishnuna. Trina means the grass, blade of grass. Trinadapi sunichena, lower than the blade of grass. Taror, trees. Taror iva sahishnuna, more tolerant than a tree. Amanina, we should not expect any respect from others. Mana dena, but we should give respect to others. Amanina, mana dena. Don't expect respect for yourself, but you give respect to others. This is a beautiful shloka by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Trinadapi sunichena taroriva sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. So let's repeat this shloka. I'll say one line at a time. You repeat after me. Trinadapi sunichena
Trinadapi sunicena
Sunicena
taroriva sahishnuna
taroriva
sahishnuna
amanina manadena
amanina manadena
kirtaniya sadahari.
Kirtaniya sadahari.
Trinadapi sunichena
Trinadapi sunicena
taroriva sahishnuna
taroriva sahishnuna
amanina manadena
Amanina manadena
kirtaniya sadahari.
Kirtaniya sadahari.
Trinadapi sunichena
Trinadapi sunicena
taroriva sahishnuna
taroriva sahishnuna
amanina manadena
amanina manadena
kirtaniya sadahari.
Kirtaniya sadahari.
Yeah. So basically, in this shloka, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives the qualifications of a person who can chant with bhakti. Kirtaniya Sadahari, who can chant always, all the time with bhakti, is that person who is more humble than the blade of a grass, who is more tolerant than a tree, who does not expect to receive respect, and who always gives respect to others. So four criteria, four qualifications. Only a person who has these four qualifications is eligible to chant with bhakti. Otherwise, we may chant mechanically, but only when we develop these qualities, we'll be able to chant nicely.
ఈ శ్లోకం ఎక్కడి నుంచి ప్రభుజీ? భాగవతమాలలో
కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ, అమానిన మానదేన కీర్తనీయ సదాహరే. అమానిన అంటే అవమానం వచ్చినా, మాననీయ అంటే అవి మనకు గొప్పదనం వచ్చినా అని ఇక్కడ మీనింగ్ వస్తుంది ప్రభు. అమానిన మానదేన, అవమానం వచ్చినా, ఎవరిన పొగిడినా మనం ఎప్పుడు కృష్ణుని కీర్తించాలని వస్తుంది. శిక్షాష్టకం.
అదే అవమానించినా అంటే మనం రెస్పెక్ట్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయకుండా అంతే కదా. ఎవరైనా అవమానించినా కూడా మనం దాన్ని భరిస్తూ ముందుకు వెళ్ళడం అంటే మనం రెస్పెక్ట్ ఏమీ ఆశించట్లేదు. వేరే వాళ్ళ నుంచి మనం ఏమీ రెస్పెక్ట్ ఆశించట్లేదు.
అవమానపడినా సరే మనము ఇవ్వకుండా కీర్తన చేస్తూ ఉండాలని చెప్తాం.
ఒకవేళ ఎవరైనా అవమానించినా కూడా దాన్ని టాలరెంట్. ఎట్లా అయితే ట్రీ లాగా, ఒక వృక్షం ఎట్లా ఎండకైనా, ఎండకు వానకు అన్నిటికీ తట్టుకొని సహిస్తూ ఉంటుందో అలాగా మనం కూడా సహిస్తూ ఉండాలన్నమాట.
అలా ఎప్పుడు అవుతాం ప్రభుజీ?
అలా ఎప్పుడైతాం? మంచి క్వశ్చన్ అడిగారు.
బై ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ కోర్స్.
How long is this course? అదే ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ కోర్స్ అంట. హౌ లాంగ్ ఇస్ దిస్ కోర్స్ అంటే మనం ఎప్పుడు
when you graduate from this course, when you get the certificate from this course. Yeah. Yes, the Krishna Katha, the Krishna Nama, that will make us more humbler than the blade of grass. That will make us tolerant than a tree.
రివర్స్ గా కూడా తీసుకోవచ్చు ప్రభుజీ. మనం కీర్తనీయ సదాహరి చేస్తే ఇవన్నీ జరుగుతాయి మనకి.
యా, అదే చాంట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటే ఇనీషియల్ గా మనకి అంత భక్తి లేకపోయినా కూడా ఆ చాంటింగ్ తోటే మనకి వస్తుంటది. ఇప్పుడు జాండీస్ ఎవరికైనా ఉందనుకోండి, దానికి మందేంటి? షుగరే. ఆ షుగర్ తింటుంటే ఇనీషియల్ గా చేదుగా ఉంటది, కానీ అదే షుగరు అలా తింటూ ఉంటే ఆ షుగర్ కేన్ జ్యూస్ ఇస్తారు. బేసిక్గా షుగర్ కేన్ జ్యూస్ స్వీట్, కానీ అది చేదుగా ఉంటుంది జాండీస్ వచ్చిన వాళ్ళకి. కానీ అదే మెడిసిన్, అదే తాగుతూ ఉంటే ఎవ్రీడే 10 సార్లు 20 సార్లు అలా తాగుతూ ఉంటే చివరికి ఆ జాండీస్ పోయి ఆ షుగర్ కేన్ జ్యూస్ అప్పుడు తీయగా ఉంటుంది. సో
ప్రభుజీ, ఏం తెలియక ముందు, ఇదంతా తెలియక ముందు అవమానించినా కూడా ఏం అనిపించకపోయేది. అన్ని తెలిసిన తర్వాతనే అవమానం జరిగితే బాధ అవుతుంది కదా ప్రభుజీ.
లేదు, అలా ఏం లేదు కదా. ఇవి తెలియక ముందు, భక్తి తెలియక ముందు అవమానిస్తే ఎందుకు బాధ అవుతుంది కదా.
అంటే ఏమో మనకి నా విషయంలో అయితే అలా ఉండేది. ఎవరైనా ఏమైనా మాట్లాడినా తొందరగా క్షమించేదాన్ని. ఇప్పుడు ఎందుకు? వయసు వచ్చిందనా క్షమించలేకపోతున్నా?
అంటే ఈ స్వతహాగా వచ్చిన ఒక గుణము, దాంతో కొంతమంది ఈ అవమానాలను తీసుకొని లైట్గా తీసుకొని క్షమించే మనస్తత్వం ఉంటుంది, అది అందరికీ ఉండదు. ఆ స్వభావం ప్రకారం మీరు అలా ఉండడం మంచిదే, కానీ భక్తి చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఇంకా ఆ గుణం ఇంకా పెరగాలి కదా.
అంటే చెప్తుంటే కూడా వినకపోతే మననే అవమానిస్తే అలా అనిపిస్తుంది ప్రభుజీ.
సో ఏమవుతుందంటే భక్తి చేస్తున్నప్పుడు భక్తి ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ క్లీనింగ్ అవర్ మైండ్ అండ్ కాన్షియస్నెస్, రైట్? ఇప్పుడు ఒక రూమ్ అంతా చాలా ఫ్లోర్ అంతా డర్టీగా ఉందనుకోండి, క్లీన్ చేస్తుంటే ఏమవుతుంటది? బ్రూమ్ తీసుకొని క్లీన్ చేస్తుంటే ఏమవుతుంటది?
జలుబు చేస్తుంది.
జలుబు కాదు, ఇప్పుడు క్లీన్ చేయక ముందు ఏముంటది? డర్ట్ అంతా అక్కడ అంతా అన్ని చోట్ల డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ అయ్యి మనకి ఎక్కువ కనపడదు. కానీ ఇల్లు ఆ రూమ్ ఊడడం స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంటది? అంతా ఆ డర్ట్ అంతా ఓ దగ్గరకు వచ్చి ఒక పెద్ద పైల్ కనపడుతుంది మనకి.
ఎక్కువగా అనిపిస్తుంది. ప్లస్ క్లీనింగ్ చేస్తుంటే మనకి కూడా ఆరోగ్యం కొంచెం సమస్య వస్తుంది కదా ప్రభుజీ, అదే అంటున్నాను నేను.
యా, అలా అని చెప్పేసి క్లీన్ చేయకుండా ఉండలేం కదా.
అవును ప్రభుజీ,
క్లీన్ చేయాలి. కాబట్టి భక్తి అనేది అలాంటిది అనమాట. సో ఈవెన్చువల్గా ఏమవుతుంది? అంతా రూమ్ అంతా అలా క్లీన్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఆ డస్ట్ అంతా తీసుకెళ్ళి బయట చెత్తకుండిలో పడేసిన తర్వాత మొత్తం ఇంకా రూమ్ అంతా క్లీన్ అవుతుంది, ఇంకా ఎక్కడ డస్ట్ ఎక్కడ కనపడదు. కానీ ఇనీషియల్గా ఇంత డస్ట్ ఉందా, ఈ రూమ్లో ఇంత డస్ట్ ఉందా అని అనిపిస్తుంది. కానీ ఎప్పుడైతే తీసుకెళ్ళి బయట పడేస్తామో ఇంకా అయిపోయినట్టు అది. అలాగా మన మైండ్లో కూడా భక్తి చేయకముందు ఈ అనర్థాలు ఇవన్నీ ఉన్నా కూడా పెద్దగా కనపడవు మనకవి. ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ క్లీనింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తుంటామో అప్పుడు ఇది ఎక్కువ కనపడుతుంటది. బట్ స్లోలీ అన్నీ వెళ్ళిపోతాయి, పర్మనెంట్గా వెళ్ళిపోతాయి. The process is one and only one. The recommendation, the solution, instruction is only one. Just hang on the tree. See, for a mango to ripen, what is the process? If the mango starts asking, అలా ఎప్పుడవుతాం ప్రభుజీ, నేను మామిడి పండు ఎప్పుడవుతాను ప్రభుజీ అనే మ్యాంగో అడిగింది అనుకోండి, దాని సమాధానం ఏంటి? చెట్టు మీద ఉండడమే. ఆ చెట్టు మీద ఉంటే ఆ నీళ్లు పోసి ఆ ఎరువులు వేసి ఎండకి వాటన్నిటితోటి, ఎండతోటి చంద్రకాంతితోటి ఆ నరిష్మెంట్ అంతా దొరికి అప్పుడు ఆ పండు, ఆ మామిడి పండు రైప్గా అవుతుంది, తీయగా అవుతుంది. సో లైక్ దట్ ద సొల్యూషన్ ఫర్ అస్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ టు హ్యాంగ్ ఆన్ ద ట్రీ ఆఫ్ భక్తి.
రమేష్ ప్రభుజీ చెప్పినట్టు మీది రోజు మీ డిస్కోర్స్ వింటే పండు అవుతుంది ప్రభుజీ.
భాగవతం ఈజ్ నిగమ కల్పతరోర్గలితం ఫలం శుకముఖాదమృతద్రవ సంయుతం పిబత భాగవతం రసమాలయం ముహురహో రసికా భువి భావుకా. నిగమ కల్పతరోర్ గలితం ఫలం. నిగమ, all the shastras. Nigama kalpataru. This is kalpataru. This Bhagavatam is like a kalpa vriksham. Galitam phalam. Galitam phalam means ripened mango fruit. And what more special about this Bhagavatam? What more special about this mango fruit? Shukamukad amrita dhrava samyutam. This mango fruit is tasted by a parrot. ఇండియాలో మనకు తెలుసు కదా, పళ్ళు మామూలుగా తీయగా ఉంటాయి, కానీ చిలక కొట్టిన పండు అయితే ఇంకా తీయగా ఉంటది.
ప్రభుజీ, తీయగా ఉన్న పండు చిలుక కొడుతుందా? చిలుక కొట్టినాక తీయగా అవుతుందా?
తీయగా ఉంటది పండు, న్యాచురల్ గా అది తీయగా ఉంటది. చంద్రకాంతి తోటి వచ్చిన దాంతోటి గామావిశ్య చ భూతాని ధారయాం అహమౌజసం, భగవద్గీతలో కృష్ణ చెప్తారు. చంద్రకాంతి తోటి వచ్చిన తీయదనం ఉంటుంది, కానీ చిలక కొట్టితే ఇంకా ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది అనమాట.
అంటే వాళ్ళకి తెలుస్తాయి అనుకుంటా, అంటే ఏది తీయని పండని చిలకకి
ఆ
తెలుస్తుంది.
పక్షి గ్రహిస్తదేమో ప్రభుజీ దాంట్లో స్వీట్నెస్ ని, అందుకే అది కొడుతుంది. మనం
అవును.
ఏంటంటే గుడ్డిగా చిలక కొట్టిన పండు టేస్ట్ ఎక్కువ అని మనం గుడ్డిగా అంటాము.
యా సో ఓకే, సో అలాగా లైక్ దట్. సో గలితం ఫలం శుకముఖాద్ అమృత ద్రవ సంయుతం. This mango fruit, this ripened mango fruit, which is already sweet, became even more sweeter after Shukadeva Goswami has spoken. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. Pibata, drink, please drink. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. Drink, please drink this nectar, this Amrutam of Bhagavatam. Rasam Alayam, not just Rasam, but Rasam Alayam. This is the temple of nectar. This is a place, this is an abode of nectar. Muhur means again and again. Drink it again and again. You read Kunti Stuti, you read it again. You read Gajendra Stuti, read more times, repeatedly. Rukmini Kalyana Lekha, you read it multiple times. Muhuraho Bhuvi Bhavukaha. Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavuka. You need to be a Rasika. You need to have that taste, the Kala Poshana for Bhagavata Katha. Then మీరు అడిగిన దానికి ఆన్సర్ దొరుకుతుంది అప్పుడు. In simple words, if whatever I mentioned is very complicated, simple sentence, you need to have taste for Bhagavatam. You need to have taste for Krishna Katha. That's all. Just enjoy this Bhagavatam. Enjoy Krishna Katha.
సముద్రమగ్న.
Gayanta Ananda Samudra Magna.
Location is Kasam Group.
I'm drinking coconut water. I'm telling all of you to drink Bhagavatam.
Prabhuji, this is also called Kalpataru, Prabhuji, that coconut.
Yes, there's a tree here. There's a tree.
Yeah, it is called Kalpataru, actually. Coconut, they say.
ఇప్పుడే శ్లోకంలో కూడా వచ్చింది కదా ప్రభు, తరోరపి
సహిష్ణున.
అదేంటి ప్రభుజీ ఆ లైన్ ఏంటి? త్రినాదపి సునీచేన
తరోర్ ఇవ సహిష్ణున.
తరోరపి అని ఉంది ప్రభుజీ.
తరోర్ ఇవ అన్న అపి అన్న. కొన్ని చోట్ల తరోర్ అపి ఉంటది, కొన్ని చోట్ల తరోర్ ఇవ అని ఉంటది.
సో ఓకే, సేమ్,
రెండు ఒకటే, సేమ్ మీనింగ్. మోర్ టాలరెంట్ దెన్ ట్రీ.
అందరూ చాలా వరకు తరోరపి అంటారు, రాధానాథ్ స్వామి మహారాజు మాత్రం తరోరివా అంటారు ప్రభుజీ.
నేను ఆయన శిష్యుడు కాబట్టి అందుకనే అలా.
ఇవ అంటే లైక్ అనుకుంటా ప్రభుజీ, అప్పి అంటే దానికన్నా ఎక్కువ అనిపిస్తుంది. ఇవ అంటే ఈక్వల్, లైక్ అ ట్రీ అని.
I think Iva also Sanskrit meaning. Let's see. Yeah, like exactly anundi. Exactly like. Yeah, maybe taror iva means like tree. Taror api means more. Yeah, correct. At least first, if we become as tolerant as a tree, then in the next step we can become more tolerant than tree.
యువ ప్రయత్నం చేసి తర్వాత ఆపికి వెళ్ళాలేమో.
ఆపికి వెళ్ళాలి. Yeah.
ఈరోజు సుధామాత డిసైడ్ అయ్యి వచ్చేసరి ఎలా ఆయన
మాతాజీ చాలా ప్రయత్నం చేస్తున్నా నేను చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి.
మీరు ఆల్రెడీ ఇవాకి కొంచెం దగ్గరలో ఉన్నారండి.
అందుకే మీకు క్లాస్ మీరు వచ్చారు ఇక్కడికి.
ఇవాకి దగ్గరలో ఉన్నారు. Okay, so the remaining roadblocks we'll discuss tomorrow. Because now we have set the context. So tomorrow we will not recite Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra shlokas, but we'll just focus on this discussion. We'll finish this.
No quiz today, Prabhuji.
Huh?
No quiz today.
No quiz today. Yeah, we have the quiz also to do, finish.
Good, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay. It's 10:30. We'll pause here. Mangalam Kausalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Sri Kulashekara Alvar Virachita Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra ki jai. Sri Krishna Katamritam ki jai. Sri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna. You all tomorrow.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.